Midterms are more than a year away, but Trump is already challenging them opinion. The 60th anniversary of the Voting Rights Act came and went on August 6th amid a massive mission shift within the U.S. Department of Justice. That agency spent 6 decades using the civil rights movement law to protect the ability of all Americans to cast ballots in elections. Now, the people president, Donald Trump, put in charge at the DOJ, have shifted that mission entirely to protecting him from election results he dislikes. The DOJ is out of the civil rights business. Now it's officials making demands, with not-so-veiled threats, for data from state election administrators, while regurgitating Trump's oldest lie about elections, that hordes of non-citizens cast ballots, changing who wins and loses. They're building the machine now to meddle in the 2026 midterm elections, 15 months from now. And those machinations are built on 2 lessons learned from 2020. Attack the election with everything you have before it happens, and stock the Trump administration only with officials who will do exactly what he says on elections, no matter what the law says. Trump's team of election deniers, including Attorney General Pam Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel, represent both of these lessons. The first they learned in 2020, when they failed while trying to help Trump overturn a free and fair election. It was all so careless and chaotic back then, a dizzying series of unsubstantiated claims and discombobulated news conferences, punctuated by judge after judge tossing out Trump's challenges as meritless. I was reminded recently of a news conference I attended at Philadelphia's airport on the day after the 2020 election. Former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani, then working as Trump's lawyer doing work that eventually got him disbarred, was the ringmaster for the election deniers that day. And Bondi was right. By his side, I watched on November 4th, 2020, as Bondi started and ended her remarks by insisting twice that Trump had already won Pennsylvania, while everyone knew that the state's election officials were still counting the votes. Trump lost Pennsylvania in 2020, when the race there was called 3 days later. The Trump team's takeaway from all that: set up the infrastructure to destabilize the administration of elections at the state level well before Election Day, not just after the polls close. The second lesson was to purge the team of lawyers and officials who will follow the law, even if that means an election result that infuriates Trump. He had top aides who held the line during his first term, acknowledging his loss in 2020. They're all gone now, leaving only Trump's unquestioning sycophants in the second term. And that's exactly who has been bombarding state election administrators with letters for months, demanding copies of the voter rolls for those states, along with records from previous elections when Trump was on the ballot. This is the plotting setup that will eventually lead to Trump and his team making new and still unsubstantiated claims that they're trying to protect the 2026 midterm elections from looming fraud. Trump has already made clear he'll use any political power he has to influence who wins control of Congress in 2026, even if that means taking actions he has no legal authority to take. As president, Wendy Weiser, vice president for democracy at the Brennan Center for Justice, told me that Trump and his team appear to be building a pretext on the false claim of rampant election fraud as justification for their potential meddling in the elections. They're systematically removing the